So, hello again. My son invited me to do another rambling today because he thought I just should do it because I did my first one. I got up happy and I got that one done. And so he said, "Well, now that you've had some time, just think about doing another one." And while I'm still happy and while I'm still trying to process, send out good vibes to all the folk that share these ramblings of my heart with you. And I appreciate your listening. And I hope that some of the things I'm saying make a lot of sense. If not, keep living because it'll get there sooner or later. So, when these white nationalists and white separatist Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham speak of culture, what they're I'm not culture, white uh civilization culture. When they're speaking about that, they are suggesting that they, white nationalists, separatists, segregationists, secure the existence of our people and the future of white children. That's all white nationalists and white supremacist thinking is all about. They're just trying to secure a future existence for their people and their future white children. The reality is, though, the more that we move toward inclusivity and the more we begin interacting in and out of these cultural relationships, you will find that some of them tend to do well. Dot, dot, dot. However, for the majority of us that find ourselves non white, we are left to really struggle to put your hands on a script, hands on a dance, hands on a suggestion of how you're going to live happily in your life in these years called 19, 20, 21. I'm fascinated at the dialogue that's going on now by so many white men talking about what they're not going to allow to happen for the rest of us. And I just wish the rest of us would understand that there are more of us than there are of them. I have one son that says, "Mom, you just don't know. White folk be ready. They just be ready." Ready for what? You have your guns. Okay, gotcha. You got your ammunition. Okay, gotcha. You actually, whenever you feel like getting up and killing a bunch of people that don't look like you, this is what you will do. And you're fine with it. But now, reckoning is just around the corner. For me at 75, let me just suggest that reckoning is around the corner. We're going to have to do better, a whole lot better. And I have somebody, yeah, opening icebox behind me, walking behind me, just throwing off my train of thought, just like I need to stay focused. And some people are messing with my ability to stay focused. Now he's going back to his room. So I'm getting back to my rant. Okay, so the rant is this. Look here, guys. Securing the existence of white folk and white agendas is no longer on the big table because there are more of me than there are of you. I keep saying this, and I'm going to keep pushing this narrative. There are more of me, black women, brown women, women of color, poor women, poor white women, women across the board whose narratives are vulnerable, struggling, suffering, not at a table, at their wits' ends. We're going to have to come together to tell these folk that want to secure the Western civilization existence in 2021. It doesn't work. You're going to have to think a new thought. And I look at all the young segregationists and I'm going, oh my God, you missed the whole thing. You really missed how your parents or your grandparents used to treat me and my mother and my grandmother. You missed that. You missed that interaction. So you only think you have flavor for yourself. Oh God, my young kids in high school know, oh, it's more of them than it is of me. And the more white schools you send me to, the more of me get the opportunity to gain admissions. And we sit with you in these classes and we are trying to share our culture. We're not trying to be ugly about it. We're trying to share. Look, guys, these non-sufficient funds, checks have got to get paid by 1920. I'm so sorry, not 19 anything, by 2021. You guys are going to have to start paying some of these non-sufficient funds checks. It can no longer all be just for you. It's not going to work. Moving on, I just want to speak a little bit about Mr. Rand Paul and he's in his vaccine negative message. Just because you refuse to get vaccinated, okay. I don't have to be in your environment. But you can't ask me and the rest of the general public to do what you've chosen not to do for yourself. And I hope that you stay well. But then I have enough common sense to know that everybody is not going to stay well that has not taken the vaccine. So I'm just asking America to think again. How do you really want to play this thing called illness? And why is the vaccine in politics now? Vaccines and healthcare, ooh, that will come under healthcare, which you're supposed to be protecting me from, and you're not. You sorry people in power. You sorry corporate bureaucrats. You sorry lawmakers. You sorry judges. You 160 lifetime judges that just got appointed by McConnell and Trump. You are sorry. And you're choking the living shit out of this population called America. I don't care how you look at it. And I'm going to keep on saying it. The non-sufficient funds checks now need to be paid. We're going to all need to get on a good page, a good narrative, a positive narrative about getting vaccinated. And if you don't want to get vaccinated, that's your business and keep it to yourself. Because the rest of us who have to come in contact with you would like to get out of contact with you still being healthy. And the extent to which you are refusing to get vaccinated is the extent to which I have an increase in this COVID-19 and all of the variants. So come on, guys. Rand Paul, say something different, please, today. Encourage people to get vaccinated so that we can all share in this thing called democracy moving around these states. We are sick right now and we need to get well. The goal is not to be the best because the best does not exist. The goal is to learn. We've got to learn how to be better communicators. We've got to, I don't know. You know what? You all have me so messed up. You have me still really think I'm a part of this thing called America, and I'm not. I'm still one black woman on the outside, looking in at all of the chaos that is being presented in today's marketplaces. Don't make me go back over Welsing and her 9 people activities. Don't make me go back over Reverend Barber and the things that he asked of those in power. Just don't make me keep going over and over and over that racism has no silver lining. And trust me, I tried for 75 years to work my way out of it, and I did not work my way out of racism because it's a nasty little beast. And it's the nasty thing that is just in this thing called American history. Back to my rant about the Netflix movie America, the motion picture. And I don't want to put all the blame on white women with blonde hair. But you guys know that you've only been good for the sex and the massaging of an ego. And you have sexed your men, white women, and you have massaged their egos until we now, as you voted them in power, now you should be breathing and saying, oh, we need to get back to sharing because my children are not like the white children coming up in the 1940s. Our kids today are having to learn how to share. SHARE. All children are going to have to share in this space in which they occupy. And the only way we get our children to be positive in their adult development is that we tell them the truth and we do our best to protect them against early childhood mental illnesses. Too many of my babies are sick now, and they're sick because of all of the shit that we have put in their environments. And my babies, the ones that are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I'll even go you 15. They are so sick and tired of our adult agendas, they don't know what to do. And they are confused now, looking at all the bullshit their parents are putting out here in the media and in this medium called vibing with your friends, vibing with the rest of us. We're going to have to learn how to share this space. And unfortunately, white folk, it's just no longer about you anymore. And you can keep your legislations and your bills and your articles and your amendments and your laws. But trust me, there are still more of me, people of color, people who are poor, people who across the board are not meeting with success because they are still so vulnerable, so struggling, and just tired. And those of you that have been struggling a long time, trust me, I know just how tired we really are. So I'm trying to stay positive today. I'm trying my best to stay positive today. And it's been hard because I'm so sick of men and their agendas. Let me just say, all women, getting real close in now, all women, the black woman, the brown woman, the white woman, the woman of color, the woman across the board whose needs are not being met and they are struggling and they are vulnerable. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to put my poor white women in this group too, while my poor white women don't want to admit that they are poor. Honey girl, honey baby girl, I just have to look at you in your trailer parks and you're living, oh, just naturally. This chick that did, when you do so much wrong, it just catches up with you. That's all I can say. So we women, we're going to have to consider joining forces, coming together, all of us, to improve the material conditions of our lives. Old people say when life is hard, this is when you grow. Okay. But my life has been hard since 1619, and I, quite frankly, am tired. So we got the Jeff Jansen that's saying President Trump was reappointed and I want to say instigating, reassigned to the presidency. And then we all have all of our lawmakers, and I talked about them earlier today. But all these folk that are in positions of power, your bureaucrats and your lawmakers that have gotten fat, they have gotten fat and they have gotten rich at our expense. I'm going to put just one thing out here because I'm pissed about it. And I shared yesterday. I love the Obamas, but y'all are doing some bitch ass moves right now. I'm 75. I'm very, 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 very happy that you made 60, my brother. But it should have been just with my girl called Michelle in our house because there's a pandemic going on. And I don't want to spread anything negative from people just coming to wish me a happy, happy, and a merry, merry. So you had 200, probably more. I hope they all stay well. I hope you had a blessed birthday. But you know, my peeve with you is you shouldn't have done it. And the other thing, I bought 2 things for Michelle. Well, I got 3 things I'm mad at her about. Love you as a first lady, my girl. But when you left office, you wrote a book called Becoming, and it was over $20. And I bought the book, and I was saddened by the book cover. It was cheap. CHEAP. That was one. But before her book, she had a wonderful bracelet I got mine off Amazon. And the bracelet says, when they go low, we go high. I'd lost the bracelet. I just found it. I'm going, oh man, I found it. Still in good shape. So I'll shower with this bracelet for 3 days. Yesterday I took my shower thinking I'm all good in that. And the saying that goes off the bracelet, we, when they go low, we go high, just popped out of my bracelet. And it's pitiful because now the insert was made out of shit. So now I gotta go and find me some super glue if I expect to wear this charm bracelet again. The only thing I hope is that the silver on the bracelet doesn't change. I got to get my son to get some super glue to make that happen. That's 2 with Michelle. 3 was through 3 for Michelle was, this is just a peeve of mine. Young women pay me no attention. But girlfriend, when you began promoting your book and you are tall and you are stately and you are gorgeous, but you sat for one of your interviews in some pull up to the thigh legs that cost $35,000 for one pair of shoes. And then to discover, to acknowledge that the party that was given for my husband was in, what is it, Martha's Vineyard? next to the something $1 million home that the Obamas have purchased. I'm just talking about corporate bureaucrats. I can't even pronounce the word today. Bureaucrats. Mm, my God. You can only wear one pair of shoes at a time. And one pair of shoes just for all of us like me, they can't cost $36,000. It's not even good for you to put that in my consciousness. Oh, but I'm treading. So I've done my four things about the Obamas. I had problems with the party. My bad. I had problems with your book, Michelle, your bracelet, Michelle, and your shoes. Stop it. Get somewhere. Sit down. Thank God you're still able to breathe. Inhale your breath and exhale and get up for another day. So bless you guys. So you will here. Barber has said, Reverend Barber, William Barber, I keep him out here. If you don't have it now, you're going to understand that those of you that are in power are responsible, one, for securing the efficient and effective functionings of our economy and our defense for the good of all people. Everybody has a right to sit at this table and come to some real consensus about how we're going to protect our vulnerable. We women, we're going to have to get together. We're going to have to make it happen. We're going to have to join forces. We have to step up. We're going to step forward. And when our names are called, we're going to have to say that, hey, we're all not for just the some. We're here for the all. And women, we have the power to speak our truth. And if our men do not hear us today, better days are ahead. Yours in liberty. Have a great evening and a great afternoon.